Well, camp is set up. Sun's been peeking behind clouds for a while, but now it seems to be out for a while. I'm sure it'll peek behind another cloud. I'm up in the same area I was last week, and I actually came to this site last week, but didn't feel like camping here, although I kind of like this spot better. This has kind of better views. So I can see little snow-capped peaks over there. And a lot of snow-capped peaks over here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but there's some nice tall peaks, snow-capped peaks in the distance, all through these trees. It's a nice spot. Grass is turning green. Let me walk over here and give you a better view. It's really pretty. There are some other campers up here, unlike last week, but it's understandable because it was snowing, hailing, and raining last weekend. But I did see somebody up at a site over there. They drove away, but they haven't come back down, and this is the only exit. So they're still up back up there someplace. It's a nice little camp. Probably had a beer, enjoying the view over there. Very nice and relaxing. I've got some firewood, and there's some wood around. In a little bit I'm going to break out, and I brought my electric chainsaw. So I'm going to cut some of this up and get ready for a fire. It is a little bit windy, so I won't have one if the wind sustains, but if it dies down, I'll have a fire. And if I can't have the real fire, I will have the I'll use the gas fire pit if I even need it. I mean, it's warm right now. Once in a while when the wind picks up, it gets a little chilly, but it's not too bad. So in my last video, I had a request for like some of the things that I do, and they requested a video, but I just thought I'd incorporate it into my videos. So I'll just take a selection of what the commenter said. Thank you for the comment. And of course I can't remember the name. I'm very bad with names, no offense, but I appreciate the comment. So I'm just going to cover some of the things. One of them was tire pressure, and it really depends on what I'm doing. The question was, what tire pressure do I use? And it really depends on what I'm doing, how bumpy the road is. Usually I lower the tire pressure down to 25 if it's just for comfort. If it's for traction, I tend to go down to 18 or 19, give or take. And that's really just for traction. But comfort, 25, I'll say 22 to 25 tends to make it more comfortable. But the road has to be pretty darn bumpy for me to do that, just to avoid the pain in the ass of airing back up. Not that it's that much of a pain in the butt, but it's much easier not to have to air up or air down. So the road coming into this spot, I didn't have to air down at all. It's perfectly comfortable, wide road, smooth. If it was washboard, I would certainly air down. I'll just pick one more thing. How do I get my drone shots was the question. And I have a Mavic 3 Pro. I might as well give you a pretty view as I'm doing this. And if I fly my drone later around here, maybe I'll insert drone shots here, because this would be a good time to do it since I'm answering a drone question. How do I get my drone shots? Like I said, I have a Mavic 3 Pro, so it has 3 lenses with different zoom levels. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, but so I mix between those depending on what kind of shot I want. It's really how much I want to compress the background, because I can always fly closer or farther away from my vehicle. But if I want compression of the background, then I will choose a different lens. For the driving shots, I tend to do I forget, they have a word for it, but I like follow me mode. And I tend to use that. And while I'm doing that, I can also manually adjust the view that I'm getting. So as I'm driving, I will, actually, let me kind of show you. As I'm driving, I will manipulate the controls on the controller. So it's not just following me. It'll stay near me, but I can make it move right or left, front, behind, up and down with the controller. Sometimes maybe not the smartest thing, but I'm paying attention to the drone and driving at the same time. This is what I use. Let me get in the light so you can see it better. Hopefully you can see that. Try to get in focus there. Just trying to focus. There we go. Looks like it's in focus. This is a quad lock. I have it mounted on a ram mount, and this goes into my cup holder. And let me get the back of the drone. Quad lock sells a adhesive piece that can go, you can attach it to almost anything. I'm trying to get this in focus. And so I put that on the back of my controller so I can slide it in and just have it sitting in my cup holder in the center console. And that's how I control my drone. Awesome. It's been another fantastic camp. Thoroughly enjoyed myself last night, hanging out by the fire. The fire could have been better. The wood seemed kind of wet, and so it didn't burn that well. But it was still nice to have a real fire. I do love my gas fire pit, my fire can, but nothing beats the smell of wood burning. Slept pretty darn good. Woke up a few times, but always fell right back asleep. I have no idea what time it is in the morning. Don't know the temperature. Feels like it's low 30s, maybe a little bit less. Sun has just come up over a mountain over there. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my coffee. Slowly pack up camp and make my way home to edit this video. Thanks for coming along. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Give this video a like, dislike if you don't like it. And if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Thanks again for coming along. Grumpy Gobbler, out.